Now for a look at some of our viewer submitted photos.
Emily Griffin has our Send It to 7 picks of the week.
Send It to 7 Picks of the Week, sponsored by Foy Agency.
It's almost time for hibernation. Steve Smith and his little chippy friend are getting ready, as is this chunky porcupine in Richville, spotted by Sharon Defoe. Horses won't need to hibernate, but this is a pretty picture by Amy Bartholomew in Lake Placid. Our Halloween share space is starting to take off. Here's Mr. Moody in his Frankenstein sweater. And Steve shared his granddaughter in a pumpkin. Here are some seniors getting their jack-o'-lanterns ready. And here's the finished products. Anna Braley and family took a trip to the pumpkin patch as well. Here's the spooky Porcello home in Evans Mills. And here's the Beetlejuice house on Flower Ave in Watertown. It's raising money for a cause called Skeletons for St. Jude. It supports sick children who can't trick or treat this year. Thanks for your picks so far. Keep them coming to be featured on Picks of the Week. Emily Griffin, 7 News.